Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hello. Let me just check my sound, my audio, my microphone. That's working okay. Welcome, everyone. Nobody's watching live, but if you're watching the replay, please click like and say hello. Tell me your name, your nationality. Welcome to English for IT Professionals, the channel dedicated to helping all kinds of IT professionals improve their English to pass interviews, get better jobs, and work in Scrum teams. Very special class this week, which was someone left a comment requesting this specific topic today, which is 5 expressions for Scrum Masters in English. So let's start it. Let's see if my equipment and my slides will work. Everything's going to work in okay. So we've got, let's see here. Okay. 5 expressions for Scrum Masters. Sorry, got a bit nervous there. Let me just concentrate. All right. Expressions for Scrum Masters number 1. Facilitate. Now we have facilitate conversation and discussion, but this is a very, very important verb for Scrum Masters. I have been doing a lot of research to create a new Udemy course called English for Software Engineers. And this verb, we see it all the time. Facilitate. Now, the basic meaning is to make an action or process easier or less difficult. Okay, so let's see. You can facilitate stand-ups, daily stand-ups, facilitate sprint planning, retrospectives, backlog grooming, conflict resolution. It's extremely common to see this verb in Scrum and Scrum Masters. The idea to make something easier is to facilitate. Now, the pronunciation is important. So we've got 4 syllables. Facil. This is strong. Okay. Facilitate. Together. So it's not fe, it's f. Facilitate. So this is the weak tate. Facilitate. Okay. Now, you can see this a lot with facilitate discussions. Again, it's the idea of to guide a group conversation, to make the conversation easier, which is basically the role of the Scrum Master or the Scrum Coach. The other is you can facilitate discussions, and 2 very similar expressions are to lead talks or promote discussion. So let's see 1 or 2 examples. During sprint planning, I facilitate discussions to align on the sprint goal. Oh, my mice not working. I facilitated discussions on how we can improve our workflow to increase productivity. So the past tense is facilitated. Facilitated. To promote discussion, I introduced, so T sound, introduced a new tool that encouraged quieter team members to share their ideas. So that's the first verb, of course, really important thing. The first important verb is facilitate. Facilitate discussion, facilitate daily stand-ups, to promote discussion. You see it all over and over. The next expression, next idea, or expression number 2 for Scrum Masters is remove impediments. And 2 very similar expressions are clear obstacles or resolve blockers. So the definition is, the basic idea, to identify and eliminate obstacles that can slow down or stop team progress. Now, when we have these 2 expressions about remove impediments or obstacles or blockers, you can really use like the remove impediments, obstacles, blockers, clear obstacles, impediments, blockers, resolve blockers, obstacles, impediments, etc. You can use any of the verbs together with it. But let's look a little bit at the pronunciation. Right? Do we have here? So impediments. So it's imped. Is that the 4 syllables? Impediments. It's the last one is the weak vowel. Impediments, right? So to remove impediments. All right. And some examples are, I actively remove impediments by negotiating better resource allocation for our team. To remove blockers, I streamlined, so pronunciation is streamlined, the approval process for deploying updates. When the team encountered a technical blocker, I worked to clear the blocker by bringing in a specialist. So we have those three verbs, or three there. Is it to clear, to remove, what was the other one? To remove, to clear, and to resolve. Now you can resolve blockers, obstacles, impediments, or clear, etc. But you see this again: remove, clear, and resolve blockers. Okay. Next one. Okay. Scrum expressions for Scrum Masters number 3: to set goals, to establish aims, or outline targets. This is the idea of you define a specific, achievable objectives for a team or for a project. Now, what's important to know is that the verb to set in the present tense is the same. So to set a goal, you can set a deadline. To set in this case is almost like organize, but what you will see is in the past, it's the exact same word. So if I say we set the goal last week, it's the same as we set the goal now, right? And with establish, like for example, to establish goals, to establish aims or targets, and the past tense is established with the T sound, established. And then to outline or outlined in the past tense, okay? So again, set, established, or outlined. That's the pronunciation in the past tense of these verbs, okay? At the beginning of each sprint, I set goals to focus our efforts and measure our success. Yesterday, we set clear goals for improving our code quality over the next 3 months. So here you can see how set in the past tense is the same word. It's a small group of verbs that are the exact same word. To establish aims, I collaborated with the product owner to understand the business needs better. Okay, so that was expression number 3: set goals, set aims, establish targets. Okay, Scrum Master expressions for Scrum Masters number 4: to build consensus, reach agreement, or achieve agreement. Okay, and it's the idea of to work towards a common agreement among team members on decisions or project directions. It's the idea of you have a development team that maybe do not agree, but you work and talk with them to find a way to make them agree. Okay, so we have build consensus. Consensus, to build consensus. Now, the past tense here is build is built, reach, reached with the T sound, reached, to achieve, and achieved with the silent E, achieved. So one or two examples is I helped build consensus on the adoption of a new technology stack through open discussions. To build consensus, I facilitated a voting session on which features to prioritize. We achieved agreement on the sprint scope by ensuring everyone's concerns were addressed. So again, listen to the past pronunciation of achieved. We achieved. So achieved does not exist. It's achieved, okay? And this is the last expression for today's class. So expressions for Scrum Masters number 5: monitor progress, track progress, or observe performance. It's the idea that you're keeping a continuous check on the team's work towards present objectives, okay? So when we have monitor, so you've got 3 syllables, monitor. It's not monitor like in other languages, but monitor. Monitor progress. So remember, monitor progress. Monitor progress. Okay. And again, to monitor in the past, the pronunciation is monitored. Monitored. To track is a really, really useful verb for Scrum Masters because we see it a lot about to track progress, to track sprint velocity, to track all kinds of metrics. But the past tense is tracked with the T sound, tracked. To observe, observed. So the E is silent, okay? So monitored, tracked, observed. Now, one really important expression with track is to keep track of progress. In fact, to monitor progress and to keep track of progress are the exact same idea. They're both really useful, really important expressions. Now, some expressions are, I monitor progress daily to ensure we're on track to meet our sprint goals. To monitor progress, I use tools that provide real-time visibility into each task's status. And one last example is observing performance helps us identify areas where we need to adjust our strategies or provide additional support. Okay, guys, that's the end of my presentation. English 5 expressions for 5 expressions in English for Scrum Masters. I'd like to thank you. Take a moment, please subscribe and click like and leave a comment on this channel. And also, more importantly, please tell a friend about this channel if you have a friend who wants to improve their English and is an IT professional. You can find me on X, Facebook, LinkedIn. Links are in the description of this video. Elon Musk doesn't think I'm human. So if you can leave a comment on my X and interact with me a little bit, that would be great because I can't post completely. And you can find me and my courses on udemy.com and Udemy for Business. Okay. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment to ask for the next video, for the next kind of class. I have a lot of ideas, but I would really love to follow your guys' suggestions. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. And I will see you